Joining us now from outside the Miraflores presidential palace is our correspondent Ian Bruce over the telephone. Hi Ian, listen, we're seeing images of marches to the palace. Can you tell us what the atmosphere there is like? Has the opposition said anything regarding Shannon's visit?
Well, the atmosphere here now is quiet. There was quite a noisy march by Afro-Venezuelan communities in support of the government, in support of what they see as their gains in the Bolivarian revolution earlier in the day. But the news of Shannon Shannon's arrival early in the afternoon has somewhat overshadowed this. We don't have any official information about his agenda. We assume he'll be meeting both sides. The opposition has not said anything about it yet, although we do understand they will be meeting him. We assume he'll be meeting President Maduro first. We don't know when that will be. It could be later tonight, could be tomorrow. But clearly, the fact that his visit comes in the middle of the move by the OAS to back the dialogue initiative, the fact that the opposition has not accepted this dialogue initiative, really puts the opposition, Venezuela's opposition, in quite an awkward position now, because their natural ally, or they might have thought of, in Washington, seems to be actually taking a very different stance at the moment on the question of the situation in Venezuela.
So many people are surprised of this upcoming visit by Shannon. Do you think this is an olive branch by any means? What can we expect to happen?
Oh, absolutely, it's an olive branch. It's very definitely an olive branch. I mean, this was agreed last week at the, when there was the agreement at the OAS summit in the Dominican Republic last week. The United States Secretary of State John Kerry announced that Shannon would be coming. He's a bit of he's kind of their Mr. Fixer, who deals with difficult situations in different parts of the region and indeed around the world. And originally, the idea was that his agenda would be to develop a plan for rebuilding and improving relations between Venezuela and the United States. So that is still the official motive of his visit. But it was announced by the U.S. representative during today's OAS discussion that he would be coming here today. We didn't know that before. A few hours later, he arrived, and the U.S. representative also said that he would be coming to support the dialogue initiative brokered by the former leaders of Spain, the Dominican Republic, and Panama. So this, as I say, it creates quite an unusual, surprising, and embarrassing almost situation for the Venezuelan opposition, which refuses to budge on its position of not actually yet taking part in this dialogue.
And finally, Ian, before you have to go quickly, this might be a hard question, but with all these meetings happening, can the Venezuelan people expect anything to change soon?
Well, these kinds of meetings are not going to deal with the major issues which Venezuelans are facing, which are essentially economic. About the difficulties of scarcities of some foodstuffs, some medicines, and so on and so forth. That's obviously not going to be solved in a few days, and it's not going to be solved by political talks. Obviously, on the other hand, those political talks could be an important part of developing a situation where solutions to those questions can be more effective. That's certainly what 82% of the Venezuelan population, according to a poll this last weekend, are hoping, because they said they would very much support this kind of internationally backed dialogue between the government and the opposition.
All right, our very own correspondent Ian Bruce. Thanks so much, Ian. Please be safe.